somebody wanted to get in the shot because I was gonna try to sing the theme song, the Sisters. Them boys mess around. My girls hold me down. My love life is a mess. We're going because I'm looking for love. Hi, how you doing? And welcome back to my channel, Country Conversations with DVD. And this is going to be my episode review of Sisters. When my girls hold me down, the boys mess around and sing. Here we go. Sisters recap, episode 16, Relentless Pursuit. And the episode opens up just like we thought it would, with the red ass baby mama hollering, "Arrest him! He stole my baby." Girl, bye. He didn't steal your baby. He is the father of the child. Now, let me tell you how this really would have went. Let's go down to the DHS, okay? It really would have went like this. Now, there could have been a situation where she could have said that he was kidnapped. Well, the officer was on the scene. Any officer worth his weight in salt is an officer. As soon as ZACK said that there was abuse involved, he would have called a DHS social worker. However, this is Tyler Perry land. And he would have also said, "Let me see the marks on the child," which I don't ever remember him doing so. So, big-headed Heather gets to leave with the baby. So, they have a conversation, and she's telling him, ZACK tells her, just let me have my child. And she's like, "Now, why would I do that? I want my money. I've been talking to some of the girls down at the strip club." Well, she didn't say that, but ZACK did. And they told me that I'm going to get what I deserve. I deserve more. And ZACK said, "Well, I'll give you some money. Just let me have the kid." And she's like, "Why would I do that? I can get more." I'll tell you how this is going to go. In real life, not Tyler Perry land. All he had to do right there, again, with the cop being there, but now he's too busy down there in the car checking his license. Once he checked his license and he was revealed as the father, again, all they would have had to do to get a DHS social worker, and one of two things would have happened. They could have put the baby in ZACK's custody right at that moment, with the DHS social worker simply calling the judge and asking for an emergency order. That could have been done on spot. Or them putting the baby in 24-hour foster care, emergency foster care, and that does not 100% require a judge's order. You just have to call the judge, and they just do a temporary order. Well, not like a permanent custody order. All they have to do is do a temporary order, and they could have put the baby in 24-hour foster care. That way, that nutty baby mama wouldn't have had the baby. Well, she said, "Here she go. Well, you try to take care of the baby by yourself. I have to take care of this baby. I have to find a good babysitter. He bad and he slow." Right in front of the little boy. Tyler Perry. So, also, what Zach could have said was, "Yeah, don't do that in front of him. She gets cussed. Use that. And then he's like, "Please don't talk like that in front of her." Also, in this case, there wouldn't have been any way if had they just kind of showed the marks on the child that she would have been able to leave with that baby. She wouldn't have been able to leave with that baby to put him in further danger. A lot of times, I know our foster care system gets a bad rap, but at the same time, just for 24 hours with ZACK actually requesting the child, then I think 24 hours the baby would have been safer in foster care than with her. Or now, And this has been going on for a while. You put him in the hands of a neutral family member. And that neutral family member could have been somebody from her side or his side. Or it could have been Fatima. They all running around there pretending like they're married. It was a lot of things that were left out right there that could have happened in Zack's favor right there on the spot. However, this is Tyler Perry land. We got to draw things out. Moving right along. Next thing, Hayden's with his old lady, old Tamara. No. Oh, she's at the door. And she with her pitiful face. Now, she just left him, in my opinion, to, get him to miss her, right? She goes in and he's looking all contrite and he said, well, I think I thought of something. I thought of something that could work out for both of us. So she was like, well, not the annulment. It's not going to happen, is it? Because, you are the guy for me. And he says, no, Tamara, don't cry. I got you. I got an idea. What is it? And then he says, the idea is that we stay married on a trial basis for 6 months. Okay, I love that. But you have to do something for me. Post up. What's that? Well, that'll keep us both protected in the case that we actually do get the annulment. How dare you? You don't trust me. I'm not signing that. Tears dried up quick, didn't it? And to get her way, she cries again and she convinces him that he's the man for her. And he tells her that he knows. And then she passionately kisses him and he says he has to go to work. She says, not right now, do you? Still passionately kissing him. And he says, no. Please excuse the coughing in the back. That is my sick child that I was telling you about on the other live. Yes, she has the flu. Lucky her and lucky me because she's not going to get to go to Lego Land today. She's very up to the sets. Moving right along because nothing much to see here about them. They agreed to stay married and she is her way. There go Maurice and Sabrina in the car. Maurice, I'm going to jail. I'm so sad about it. Oh, look at the tree. Sabrina said, we're not going to jail. And then he said, bring. Hello. It's the DA. She hangs up. And then Maurice says, oh my goodness. Where we going now? Yeah, we're going to jail for sure. We got to depend on Andrew. Andrew don't know what he's doing. And y'all, Andrew is going to be none other than Andy. And Andrew is none other than Andy. He is calling Andy a dude with her regular Andy hair. Now that he mentioned it, and if you are of a particular age, shout out to Mother Wendy for that particular age statement. And you are a woman or a male of a particular age, then you do know who Raggedy Ann is. And that hairdo is kind of reminiscent of old Raggedy Ann. And Andy, who was the boy version of Raggedy Ann. Get it? All right. In the next scene, we have Karen and Pam. Karen out there. Pam out there. Oh, Carol. It's a fine-ass contractor in there, girl. And Karen says, I don't care. Because I'm going to just concentrate on raising my baby. And then Pam says, are you sure? And she said, yes, I'm sure. This is ZACK's baby. And she said, are you sure? And she said, I'm 100% sure. And she said, well, it ain't going to hurt you to go look at that fine-ass contractor. You just wait till you see him. And all the while, I'm sitting here thinking that is Sexy Paul, y'all. Sexy Paul, y'all, from the team. But no, it's not Sexy Paul. It is actually Jason Weaver, and he's playing the character Brian. It's good to see Jason Weaver. But on the back end of things, don't worry about good Jason Weaver, because Jason Weaver mama was a good Hollywood mama, right? She didn't spend all his money like Gary Coleman mama. She put him in a contract since they decided not to let him be the king, online king. But every time you hear his voice, he get $100,000. That's the word on the street, y'all. Just a little side note. You get into the entertainment business, you better get Jason Weaver mama. Call up, please. Jason Weaver mama, hey, I'm about to let my child be a child star. What advice do you have? Won't hurt to try. Then Pam continues to flirt with him. Ooh, well, you know what? I'm just wondering what we're going to have to do. And then he says, well, you know, and he talks to Karen and he says, well, Karen, you know, we got a lot of damage in there, but it won't hurt you too bad. It's, you know, mostly your cost is going to come from removing the asbestos. Now, in all of this, Karen is sitting out there with her pregnant belly. Shout out to the new pregnancy bump. She's only 2 months pregnant, by the way. Sitting out there with her pregnant belly and trying to say that she's going inside. And then she asked him, Pam asked the contractor, well, you know, she is looking for a man and she's single. And he says, well, I mean, that's nice, but, you know, I'm married. And then they come to the resolution that they will work with him and they're going to keep in touch to make sure that she gets all the things that she needs in order to get the building fixed where her salon is. Now, what I'm wondering here is with these characters that's being introduced and these characters that's being eliminated, where is this going? Is he just gonna be like, since he's coming in and since, you know, the guys are coming in from the bar, where is this going? I know Jason Weaver didn't come on the show just to play a couple of episodes like a guest star. And now that they admitted that they were married, I mean, that he's married, so where is that going? How's he gonna fit in with the sisters group? Unless he has an affair with Karen. But we'll see. We got some new writers coming in. And the writer strike is indeed over. But this season has to end, y'all. So we probably won't get the new season and the new writers until next year. Womp. Okay, next, Zach visits Fatima at work. And she tells him about the emergency order. Sabrina and Maurice come in, and Maurice flirts with Zach. He's like, hello. I did. Zach say, yeah, how you doing? And he said, do you know me? And he says, oh, yeah, I remember you from the bank. Now, it's so weird how Zach doesn't know Maurice other than from the bank. Then he says, in this weird flirtation, he tells him, you could do some things for me. And he said, what can I do for you? Take me out to dinner, maybe. Get us a beautiful lunch. Maybe anything that you want to do. You know, take me shopping. And Zach like, why in the hell would I do that? I don't know you like that. Oh, you don't know me like that? Well, don't forget about you having that Velcro wallet in the bank. Woo. So, Sabrina and Maurice are gonna finally find out they're free. Okay, so Zach and Fatima go in the office and Fatima is just sitting there thinking. Zach says, what are you thinking? And she says, I want to go get that baby. He says, you're not thinking about calling madam, are you? He didn't say that, but that's all what we always think, you know, when Fatima's thinking. And she says, sometimes you got to go hood. And he said, yeah, but no, let's not try violence this time. Then here comes Tamara and that good Hank skimping in the office like they been in the field of flowers on the Wizard of Oz. And Zach say, stop. And she says, what? And he says, don't even look at them. She says, why not? He said, you feeling guilty. You just put them guilty feelings right up under your pillow, huh? Because you know he gonna do something stupid in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, right? So you could just cut it out. So finally, well, he picks at her about her job. He said, why do you come home so tired? Is this all you do is pack on that computer? And she says, Zach, you haven't been working so long. Yeah, what does Zach do? He only works on the team. Do you ever see him go to work, at the office with that good Asian guy that used to be black, half black, Jay from State Farm? I think his name was Brayden or something like that. Yeah, what does he do on Sistas? Anyway, he's able to be there for the baby. And the next thing, finally, they meet with the DA. And the DA tells him that, well, first, Maurice is talking. Oh, well, we didn't do it. And Sabrina said, we didn't do it. And then Maurice said, well, it was all me with the dramatics. And he says, well, if you all will let me talk for a minute. Then Andy says, y'all got to be quiet. Andy steps in. He says, and who are you? I'm Andrea Barnes. I'm their attorney. Well, I looked you up. You are a divorce attorney. She says, well, I'm acting as temporary counsel. Where they do that at? Yeah, you can act as temporary counsel if you are a defense attorney. But, okay, we in Tyler Perry land, child. Anything is possible. But just like with doctors and specialties, you wouldn't want a doctor that's for the bones working on your heart, would you? You wouldn't want an ortho surgeon working on your heart, would you? Same situation. But hey, we're Tyler Perry now. And so he's like, my ovaries, they just haven't been the same since. Do you know what all I've gone through? And then he says, I know you all are not guilty. I'm going to try to get your job back. I've already spoken to your former supervisor, and she doesn't believe that you all were involved. And then it's like, oh, it's over, it's over. Then they leave. He leaves, and Maurice decides he's going to sue. Yeah, and then Annie keeps telling him, it's over, Maurice. However, outside of Tyler Perry land, if she was an accountable attorney, she would put in a civil suit against the police department and against the DA's office for unlawfully arresting them without doing a thorough investigation first. Next, finally, we get to Danny and old boy. Danny arrives at work in her brand new whip, bumping and banging. And he's like, oh, who is this coming in? Oh, it's Danny. He sees her, and she sees him, and he's a good stalker. He's in the van, right? And they reminisce about the previous night, and he says, well, I called you, I texted you, and I texted and called just to make sure that good Preston didn't see my text. She said, well, that's good. And he said, how serious are you about him? She said, serious enough. Not serious enough for you to be out here flying with the stalker man in the van. And then he's like, well, let's go out. And he go out to lunch. He flirted with her again. And she's like, yeah, I'm not just going to hang out with you in your creeper grape van. And he's like, oh, yeah, we get back here right now. And she's like, no, I'm just joking. He's just joking. And she says, I bet you were. That thing that's hiding behind that briefcase thing saying you joking. And then he says, what about your friend? What about Andy? And she says, well, she hadn't heard from your boy. You should tell him to call her. And, she says, you mean to tell me he hasn't called her? Because he was like, well, I'm going to encourage him to call because they talking about going to this dinner or whatever at Jordan's house. And she said, you mean to tell me he hasn't called her yet? And he said, no, he ain't got no game. He lying. But you have game, right? Because you in the van and you know all Danny's business. That's your game. I about we'll be in the same little red wagon, if you ask me. And that's pretty much the end of that conversation. Danny asked him if he has another friend for that good Karen, because she said, I got another friend. He said, well, we fresh out of decent, loving black men. You know, just keep me in mind, right? And that is going to end the episode. The next episode, Sabrina finally runs into Preston, and Preston said, I don't ever want to see you again. So we're gonna see how that shakes out. The best part of this episode, let me say, was them wrapping up a what do you call it? You wrap something up. It's not coming to me right now. Wrapping up a storyline. As much as I hear storyline on the Real Housewives shows, that should have came to me right away, right? But anyway, because I mean, that good Tyler, he does drag out a good storyline, don't he? So in my mind, of course, I'm not thinking of the word because, hey, everything is still up in the air. No loose ends tied. However, finally, the damn bank robbery is solved. Sabrina and Maurice could go back over there to the empty bank with no customers. Just them two. Carrying on dialogue. Are you sure? I counted the number of times I heard "Are you sure?" in this episode, and I counted at least 8. Drop down in the comments and let me know. Are you sure that it was more or less than that? Anyway, let me get off of here and take care of my sick child as I do when I close. I'm going to try to come up. Deuces. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe to my channel. This is Country Conversations with DVD.